Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a video full of stuff, rumors, leaks, updates, news. We have it all. Some of it is very exciting. Some of it I think is pretty dumb, and we're even gonna rage a little bit. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Yeah, over the past 2, 3, 4 days, something like that, news has been coming out left and right. Then we have crazy leaks and rumors happening at the same time. Allegedly, this is gonna be like the coolest time in Nintendo history coming up. Or is it? We have some new Nintendo products, some games, crazy announcements, leaks. We have it all, but I have to ask, what the hell is really going on here? That's what I hope to find out in this video. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing, and let's go ahead and get right into this one. So the first thing I want to do is talk about a couple of things that people are asking me, are you going to review it? Are you going to talk about it? What the hell's the point? And what I'm talking about is Mario Tennis Fever. People are asking me, are you going to review it? And while I had the opportunity to play it for the past week, I don't know what I could say that hasn't already been said. I give the game a 6 out of 10. The story mode is incredibly short. I think the animations and the character models look fantastic. The gameplay is, it's tennis, right? It's cool, but I don't think any way, shape, or form this should be a $70 game. And when Nintendo was talking about variable pricing, you would think it would be for games like this. Like, let's put this in perspective, right? When Tears of the Kingdom came out on the Switch, that was $70. Mario Tennis is equal to the amount of content and the amount of gameplay. You know, that's $70 and this is $70. I'm just not seeing it. And I know there's better examples of $70 games, but yeah, man, I really just don't know what to say here. And then I had other people asking me, are you going to be picking up the new Joy-Cons? The Switch 2 Joy-Cons that quote unquote have new colors. No, Bob, Jim, Susie, I'm not doing it. And you can't make me do it because that is freaking stupid. $90 for the Joy-Con 2s. Sure. You know, am I happy about it? No. But sure, it is what it is. Am I going to pay $90 for 2 circles of color? Because that's what you're getting once the Joy-Con 2s are attached to the Switch 2. You're getting 2 tiny circles of color. $45 per circle of color? Not doing it. Not happening. I hold myself to some integrity, and I'm just not doing it. And quickly, before we get into some other news, a few more updates. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero are getting Switch 2 editions 100% free on February 17th. So if you own these games already, you can get the Switch 2 editions. And funny enough, I just bought Subnautica like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I played like 20 minutes of it, and it just wasn't clicking with me. I feel like it's a game that is a slow burn, so whenever that Switch 2 edition does happen, I might try it again. But this is pretty cool. And then, you know, also, we've been having a bunch of Kingdom Hearts leaks, right? That Kingdom Hearts 2 is getting a remake, but that doesn't sound true. And then all the games are getting a bundle, and that's coming over to the Switch 2, and that one has some credibility. Maybe, or maybe not. But the reason why I think that could happen, and people are saying it's already done, and it's just waiting to get announced. Kingdom Hearts and Fortnite has a collab in development now, and this is coming from like a huge Fortnite leaker that has leaked all of the other like Fortnite leaks that have all came true. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say this one's probably true. And when would they release this collaboration? Well, probably around the time a new game would be coming out, right? So I'm starting to feel like that Kingdom Hearts bundle for the Switch 2, and I guess other consoles as well, is probably going to happen. Now that whoa, what are we doing here? We're leaning to the side a little bit. It's getting a little too wacky, guys. I was raging a little too hard. I apologize. Now that we've got a couple of the smaller updates out of the way, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. So when we had the partner showcase, now am I crooked even more? There we go. Whenever we had the partner showcase, you know, a couple cool things there, but not really anything to write home about. There was one game we were all expecting to see, or really 2 games, but one massive game that was shown off last year, and since then, it's been radio silent. And I'm talking about the Duskbloods, right? A Switch 2 exclusive game from Software? Really? Like, sure. And then they showed the trailer and it looks cool, but we've heard nothing. Then we had a Chinese journalist who has leaked a bunch of other stuff, and I think has worked with him. They said it's one of the most ambitious From Software games of all time, and it's being conceptualized and in development for like 7+ years. Crazy. But since then, again, nothing. until, I guess, in the past like 24 hours. In the latest earnings report, From Software owner has reiterated that the Duskbloods will still be releasing at some point this year. From Software currently has multiple titles in the development pipeline, including Elden Ring Tarnished Edition and the Duskbloods. Both of these are slated for 2026 release for the Switch 2. They also reconfirmed that the game will be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, being jointly distributed by From Software and Nintendo. So not only did we get a Duskbloods update, we got a Elden Ring Tarnished update as well, which, it's Elden Ring, it's on other consoles, but it would be cool if it was on the Switch 2. But the Duskbloods one, man, that one's pretty cool. And it's even cooler, in my opinion, that they reconfirmed that this is going to stay a Switch 2 exclusive, which, these are the kind of games that can sell systems. So we didn't see it in the partner showcase. I'm expecting, if there is that rumored General Direct coming up in the next week or two, that it's going to make an appearance there, because we really need to see something soon. So if you've been watching this channel for a while now, you'll know a couple of my favorite franchises. The Legend of Zelda is my favorite. But right behind that, or a couple right behind that, is Pokemon, right? I've been playing Pokemon since 1999. That sounds crazy. Truly crazy to say. And if you've been following any of this gaming news, you've seen that there's been rumors and leaks saying Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red are coming back very soon to the Switch and Switch 2. And right off the bat, you would say, well, if this is true, they're probably going to announce this at Pokemon Day, and it's probably going to be for Nintendo Switch Online, which kind of makes sense, right? It probably, but allegedly that's not the case. So I've seen like a million sources for this, but allegedly the games are going to be sold separately for $30 each. And this has actually started quite a few arguments online. You have one side saying, oh my god, this is amazing, I can't wait to buy these. Then you have the other side saying, this is ridiculous, these games should not cost $30. Some people are saying they're even going to be $40 each. And if you have to ask me what side I'm on, I gotta agree with the people saying this should not be $40, $30, maximum $20. Like, sure, if you don't have another way to play these, I understand that you're excited. Let me show you how many ways I can play this just right here. What do we got? We can play it here. We can play this here. We can play this here. And yeah. And the way that we can do this is very simple, okay? Because if you are paying $40 for each game, that's $80, or you're paying $30 for each game, that's $60. This is a Game Boy Advance, right? Not everybody has this, but if you do have one, you can buy something like this that comes with 400 games in one, and I think I paid like $20 for this. And guess what? It has all the Pokemon games. Here's a DS, very cheap. These things are like $40. I paid $10 for this, and it's like 400 games in one, and guess what? It has all the Pokemon games. Or you can get a console like this. This is an emulator console, which comes loaded with like 5 or 10,000 retro games. Every Zelda, Pokemon, Mario, all that good stuff. And this is like 60 or 70 bucks. So pay $80 for these two games, or 70 or 60, and then have them attached to your Switch account, and that's the only way you can play them. Or pay that same amount and get something like this that can play all these games. Yeah, big, hard decision there. I wonder which one I would make, right? So if this is true or not true, it doesn't move the needle at all for me. Like, I get it. If that's the only way you have the opportunity to play these games, you are happy. That's cool. But do I think these games should cost $30 or $40 each? Not just no, but hell no. Yeah, that's where I stand on all this. Now, speaking of potential Nintendo Online stuff, we also got some other crazy ass leaks, which are kind of funny because these things leaked, I think on the actual Nintendo website, if I'm not mistaken. But then there was like a glitch or something was happening to where random stuff was showing up that didn't make sense. And I think that happened last week. And by the time I even thought about talking about it, like, the website was fixed. And the people who know what's going on said it was a mistake. So I said, you know what? They know what they're talking about. It was probably a mistake. But now we're seeing more leaks for this. And yeah, let's talk about it. So this is coming from Special Nick. The Wii, DS, and Sega CD are coming to Nintendo Online. The Wii remote will not need a sensor bar, and the DS will in fact use an extra screen. This is kind of crazy, right? For a couple of reasons. Number one, saying Sega CD is such a weird and odd thing that I'm almost inclined to believe it, because that's just normally how these things go. Two, the Wii remote will not need a sensor bar. This will definitely be tied to Nintendo Switch 2 online only. We have mouse controls, we have the Joy-Con 2s. I find that one believable. DS will use an extra screen. Now we've seen a couple renders, and if I can find that, I'll be putting on the screen of a second screen attaching to the Switch 2. This looks cool, right? But as far as I know, the top USB-C port on the Switch 2, it's only for charging. Like, there's nothing that you can connect to that. That would only be for the bottom USB-C. And I'm not saying they couldn't connect it from the bottom. Maybe it's like a shell case thing that you'll pop into, or some other design. But yeah, I just find this believable, and I know that's kind of strange, because if we go back like 2 or 3 years ago, you would say, I just don't see it happening. And we've got so many weird and wacky leaks. And then on top of that, you have to remember that the stupid ass Virtual Boy is coming back 30 years later. So if Nintendo's reviving that, I could easily see the Wii DS and Sega CD. Unfortunately, with them saying the Wii, that makes me feel like Twilight Princess would be tied to that. So then that makes me think we're not going to get Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD. We'll see, we'll see how this goes. But I mean, if there is that General Direct in the next week or two, I could see at least maybe one of these things actually being shown off. Like, I know we have the Virtual Boy coming, but I feel like that's just like a novelty, right? It's like a way to sell some accessories. You're getting some games that never released, but who really cares, to be honest? Speaking of these little emulator consoles, like, a lot of these have the Virtual Boy games on it, and it's cool to play them for like 10 minutes, but it doesn't really do anything. I feel like it's more of a novelty, so Nintendo's selling some accessories, maybe getting a couple online subscriptions, but it doesn't really move the needle. I do think eventually the Nintendo DS will show up, but out of all of these, the ones I think that would show up soonest would be the Wii, because, they just port the games over, right? And I think I read somewhere that if you can emulate GameCube, it's like a few steps more to be able to emulate the Wii. And they've obviously figured out GameCube emulation and have it down packed. So a couple more tweaks, then we have the Wii over. And then Sega CD, I don't know what that would take, but I just feel like that's something, you add over, you drop games randomly, and people are happy. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. Well, microphone's kind of far away. Let me know what you guys are thinking, man. We talked about quite a bit, but there's a lot to talk about. And remember, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, if you could do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe on the way out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep the communities growing. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.